Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. The Washington Commanders are already facing a major headache just days before the kickoff of their 2025 training camp in Ashburn, Virginia. And the frustrating part is that it's not entirely their fault. The root of the issue lies in a league-wide dilemma affecting a specific group of incoming players' second-round draft picks. One of those players is cornerback TREY Amos, a promising rookie expected to make an immediate impact in the Commanders' secondary. However, he might not even be present when rookies report on July 18th. Why? Because his rookie contract remains unsigned. And that's not a one-off situation. Across the entire NFL, 30 out of 32 second-rounders from this year's draft have yet to ink their deals. This bizarre and tense situation is wreaking havoc with rookie development timelines and putting teams like Washington in an uncomfortable holding pattern, unsure of whether key players will be available when it matters most, right at the start of camp. To fully understand this mess, we need to rewind a bit and look at what caused this standoff between second-round picks and their teams. It's not about laziness or mismanagement from front offices, and it's certainly not about greed from the players. This issue is the result of a market shift that no team was fully prepared for. Two franchises, in particular the Houston Texans and Cleveland Browns, lit the fuse that has now exploded across the NFL. The Texans, without a first-round pick in this year's draft, made a bold move by treating their second-round selection Jaden Higgins like a first-rounder. They handed him a fully guaranteed 4-year contract worth $11.7 million. That deal shattered precedent and caught the rest of the league completely off guard, especially given that second-rounders usually receive partial guarantees or tiered contracts based on pick number. Now enter the Cleveland Browns, who essentially escalated things even further, with the Texans setting the bar at $11.7 million in full guarantees for the 34th overall pick. The Browns, holding the 33rd selection, couldn't logically offer anything less. So they went above it, giving linebacker Carson Schweissinger a fully guaranteed $11.8 million deal. That right there became the moment the dam broke. Suddenly, second-round picks and their agents saw a whole new landscape. Why should they accept less than a full guarantee when players drafted right next to them were securing historic deals? And so the impasse began. TREY Amos and his representatives are simply following the ripple effect caused by those two deals. They're not trying to be difficult. They're playing catch-up with a market that changed overnight. This domino effect now has the entire league holding its breath, waiting to see which team will blink next. Most eyes are now locked on the Seattle Seahawks, who drafted safety Nick Emenwari with the 35th overall pick, just one spot behind Houston's Higgins. Everyone wants to see what Seattle does. If they cave and offer Emenwari a fully guaranteed deal, as well, it likely locks in the expectation for all second-rounders moving forward, at least for this year. That includes Amos. If, on the other hand, the Seahawks dig in and refuse to offer a fully guaranteed contract, they could draw a line in the sand and signal to other teams that the gravy train stops here. Either way, the clock is ticking, and the Commanders, along with 29 other teams, are being held hostage in a contractual waiting game with no clear end in sight. This situation is more than just an awkward contract standoff. It threatens to disrupt the actual football preparation for the 2025 season. Training camp is crucial, especially for rookies like Amos, who need those early reps to learn the playbook, adjust to NFL speed, and earn the trust of coaches and teammates. Missing even a few practices could put Amos behind the 8 ball, affecting not only his development, but also the defensive cohesion of the Commanders. And it's not like Amos was expected to be a depth piece. He's projected to be a day-one starter opposite veteran Marshawn Lattimore. That's a high-leverage role, and any delay in his integration could force the Commanders to pivot quickly, giving reps to players like Jonathan Jones or depth options who weren't originally in line for starting snaps. It's also important to note that this kind of holdout isn't theoretical anymore. It's happening. Just this week, the Los Angeles Chargers reported for camp, and rookie wide receiver Tre Harris was notably absent as he holds out for a better deal. That's a direct precedent for what the Commanders might be facing with Amos. And honestly, who could blame these rookies if players picked ahead and behind them are securing fully guaranteed contracts? There's zero incentive to settle for less. It's a matter of fairness, and agents are doing their job by holding firm. But the collateral damage is mounting fast. Teams are losing valuable development time, players are missing vital on-field experience, and coaches are stuck reshuffling depth charts in mid-July. It's a chaotic mess with no clear path out, at least not yet. The real frustration for Commanders fans is that this situation isn't even a product of mismanagement by their front office. Washington is simply caught in the crossfire of a league-wide standoff. They're not refusing to sign Amos. They're waiting for the market to settle so they don't overextend and set their own problematic precedent. And Amos, to his credit, is also in a tough spot. He doesn't want to miss camp. He wants to play. But he also knows that accepting a deal today could mean leaving millions on the table compared to what other second-rounders are likely to get in the coming weeks. So he waits. And the longer it takes for the Seahawks or another team to break the silence, the more uncomfortable this situation becomes for everyone involved. It's crazy how fast things can spiral in the NFL. Just a few months ago, Trey Amos was walking across the draft stage with dreams of starting his professional journey. Now he's stuck in limbo, a pawn in a much larger chess match between agents, teams, and market dynamics. The Commanders, who have big expectations for this season, especially on defense, now have to navigate a potentially key player's absence during one of the most critical preparation windows of the year. Meanwhile, every single second-round pick and their agent are glued to their phones waiting for a ping, a notification, anything that might indicate which way the wind is blowing. One domino, one deal. That's all it will take to unlock everything. But make no mistake, there's also real pressure on the NFL itself to intervene or at least provide guidance. This isn't just a team-level issue anymore. It's a league-wide breakdown in the rookie compensation model. And if things continue like this, the second round could turn into the new Wild West, with teams scared to take players in that range due to contract unpredictability. That's not sustainable. The NFL prides itself on structure, parity, and order, and right now all three are under threat in this specific but incredibly important part of the draft process. Whether it's a rework of the rookie wage scale, clearer guidelines on guarantees, or simply league-mandated limits, something has to give soon. Because right now teams like Washington are stuck in purgatory and the season hasn't even started. For now, all eyes stay locked on Seattle and what they do with Nick Emenwari. Will they hold the line and restore some semblance of sanity to second-round contracts, or will they cave to the market shift and give him the third fully guaranteed deal in a row, effectively sealing the fate of the rest of the round? Whatever happens, it will directly impact Trey Amos and whether he reports to training camp on time. Commanders fans can only hope this gets resolved quickly because their defense needs him on the field, not stuck in negotiations. Until then, the waiting game continues. TikTok. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. The NFL world is buzzing with whispers that could reshape the entire defensive outlook for the Washington Commanders. According to multiple insider sources and emerging reports from league circles, the Commanders are on the verge of pulling off one of the most surprising yet impactful moves of the offseason, closing a deal with none other than All-Pro edge rusher Trey Hendrickson. This isn't just a minor roster upgrade or depth addition. This is a luxury reinforcement, a true game-changer who can breathe new life into a defense that has been searching for an identity since its dominant 2020 season. Hendrickson, who made his mark terrorizing quarterbacks for the Cincinnati Bengals, is not just any pass rusher, he's one of the most consistent and relentless edge defenders in the game. If this move materializes, it could mark a pivotal turning point for Washington's defense, potentially lifting them from mediocrity back into elite territory with a single signing. Trey Hendrickson's potential arrival in Washington sends shockwaves through the NFC East, shaking up expectations for the upcoming season. While nothing has been officially confirmed yet by the Commanders' front office, the rumor mill is red hot, and where there's smoke, there's often fire. With his rare blend of size, speed, and relentless motor, Hendrickson has built a reputation as a quarterback's worst nightmare. Over the last 3 seasons, he's averaged double-digit sacks and has consistently ranked among the top in pressure rates. For a Washington team that has underachieved defensively in recent years, adding a player of his caliber could immediately elevate their front seven to one of the most feared units in the league. The buzz is growing not only because of his on-field prowess, but also due to what it symbolizes. Washington is ready to win now. It's a clear signal that they are willing to invest heavily to compete with the best. Digging deeper into the strategic implications, this rumored move could be the key to unlocking the full potential of Washington's defensive line. Think about it pairing Hendrickson with the young and explosive talent already on the roster. Guys like Jonathan Allen, Darren Payne, and potentially a rejuvenated Chase Young creates a pass-rushing nightmare for opposing offensive lines. Hendrickson brings not only production but leadership, a fiery presence in the locker room and on the field that can raise the standard for everyone around him. It's not just about sacking the quarterback, it's about changing the tone of the game from the first snap. Defensive coordinators dream of having someone like Hendrickson in their arsenal, a player who commands double teams, creates chaos, and forces offenses to adjust their entire game plan. If this deal comes through, expect Washington to be a different beast defensively come week 1. But what makes this potential acquisition even more intriguing is the timing. Hendrickson had reportedly expressed frustration with his role and contract situation in Cincinnati, which sparked speculation about his availability. While the Bengals have been trying to retain their defensive cornerstone, tensions behind the scenes seem to have opened the door for other teams to swoop in, and Washington may have moved quickly and quietly to secure a blockbuster move. The Commanders, now under new ownership and looking to usher in a new era, have clearly set their sights on building a winning culture from the trenches out. And let's be honest, Hendrickson fits the mold of the type of player you build around. Tough, no-nonsense, high motor, and respected by peers league-wide. It's the kind of aggressive acquisition that screams ambition, and fans have every reason to feel a surge of hope if this deal goes through. Financially, bringing in TREY HENDRICKSON wouldn't be cheap, and that's where things get even more interesting. The Commanders have cap space, but this move suggests they are ready to make a splash, not just play it safe. It also opens up questions about how the team is restructuring contracts or potentially moving pieces around to accommodate a deal of this size. Could we see a trade involving other veterans? Are they planning to front-load the contract to manage cap hits down the line? These are the kinds of calculations that come with championship aspirations. Teams that are content don't make moves like this. Teams that want to contend do. Hendrickson's price tag might be steep, but his production, leadership, and game-changing ability could make every dollar worth it. If Washington wants to be taken seriously in a stacked NFC, this could be the move that announces their arrival. From a fan perspective, the excitement is palpable. Social media exploded with reactions the moment the rumors began to circulate, with fans imagining a ferocious defensive front that could bring back memories of the franchise's glory days. Hendrickson's highlight reels have been shared and dissected frame by frame, with Commanders supporters envisioning him in burgundy and gold, unleashing hell on division rivals like the Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants. The NFC East is known for its brutal physical matchups, and having a predator like Hendrickson on your side gives you a serious edge. While we await official confirmation, the energy around this rumor is undeniable. It's rare to see this level of fan engagement around a defensive signing, but Hendrickson isn't just any defender. He's a potential cornerstone, a tone-setter, and someone fans can rally behind. If the Commanders land him, they won't just be adding a player. They'll be making a statement. Beyond the immediate impact on the field, the potential signing of Hendrickson represents something bigger, a cultural shift. For years, Washington has been a franchise searching for direction, oscillating between rebuilding and retooling with few moments of sustained success. But adding a proven all-pro like Hendrickson is the kind of bold move that aligns with a franchise trying to rewrite its narrative. It tells current players that the front office is serious about winning. It tells free agents around the league that Washington is a destination worth considering. And perhaps most importantly, it tells fans that the days of mediocrity may finally be behind them. Hendrickson isn't a flashy name for headlines. He's a lunch-pail guy who wins with grit, technique, and a relentless drive. Those are the qualities that transform a defense from good to great, and if he lands in Washington, we could be witnessing the start of something truly special. Now let's talk about fit. Stylistically, Hendrickson is a dream addition to the Commanders' defensive scheme. Whether playing in a 43 base or mixing up fronts on third downs, his versatility allows him to line up wide inside, or even stand up in certain sub-packages. He's not just a pass rusher. He's a run defender who sets the edge with discipline and plays with high football IQ. Coaches love guys like this because they simplify game planning and allow others around them to play faster. His experience in the AFC North's bruising style of play has prepared him perfectly for the grind of the NFC East. Plus, at 29, he still has plenty left in the tank, entering what many believe is the prime of a pass rusher's career. If Washington is building a defense that can travel, win ugly, and close out games, Hendrickson is precisely the type of piece you want anchoring your edge. Of course, no rumor is complete without a dose of skepticism. Could this just be leveraged by Hendrickson's camp to spark a better offer from Cincinnati? Is Washington being used as a bargaining chip? These are valid questions, and in the NFL, smokescreens are part of the business. But insiders insist that the interest is mutual, that serious conversations have taken place, and that this isn't just idle speculation. Multiple league executives have reportedly acknowledged that Washington has been quietly working on something big for weeks now, and this might just be it. It's the kind of move that flies under the radar until it doesn't. If the front office can close this deal, they won't just be upgrading a position. They'll be changing the calculus for the entire conference. And that's exactly what good organizations do. They seize the moment before anyone else realizes it's there for the taking. So what comes next? All eyes are on Ashburn, where fans and analysts alike are waiting for even the slightest confirmation. Training camp looms, and this is exactly the type of pre-camp bombshell that can shift momentum for an entire franchise. A TREY HENDRICKSON signing would mean more than just sacks and pressures. It would mean belief, a renewed sense of purpose, and the clearest sign yet that the Washington Commanders are done rebuilding and ready to contend. It's still a rumor for now, but if this deal goes through, don't be surprised to see a ripple effect across the league. Other teams will take notice. The media will start recalculating win projections. In the locker room, it will feel the jolt of electricity that only comes from knowing you've added a true difference maker. Keep your notifications on. This one could get real fast. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.